So, Mr. Rawnsley, you spoke to the counties, they spoke back to you. How do you feel?
Well, I think I kind of expected the response that I got. I was very disappointed that the young engineer at the end, when we weren't allowed to respond, made the claim that they don't go around and cut immediately afterwards. In fact, we have at least 2 places where we have that documented, and I will be sending that to the various councillors so that they can see that they don't always get a straight answer. Right? They didn't get a straight answer about the additional cost. What would it cost extra if we didn't spray? In fact, it's not going to cost anything extra.
They're claiming that if they don't spray, their additional mowing would be $300,000. Is there any truth to that statement?
No truth at all. In fact, it would require that they would have to purchase new equipment or lease it, or they would have to contract out, none of which is what we're asking them to do. We're asking them largely to carry on mowing, but mow in a more managed and sensible fashion, in the flexible manner that had been anticipated.
But wouldn't it be accurate to say there would be more mowing costs?
No, because the mowing costs are the cost of the equipment, the people, any leasing costs associated with that, and you're going to spend that anyway, right? You're not going to be laying off people for a couple of weeks because you can't do it, and even if you did, the cost of the equipment would still be there, right? You still have to pay for the equipment that you're using.
Now, the voices that we just shot in council seem to wholeheartedly support the position against where you are, and there were a lot of comments about farmers groups, and Mayor Byvelds himself is a farmer. How does it feel when you're fighting for an environmental issue and farmers seem to be against what you're fighting for?
My next battle is with I don't think it's with the farmers. I live next door to a farm, right? My good friend, the past president, Ernest Spiller, lives next door to a farm. You know what farmers are worried about? They're worried about where the bees have gone, because they need the bees to pollinate their soya crop. And one of the very, very good things that the roadsides did in their diversity was to provide an environment for the bees, right? A diverse environment for the bees. Now, I plan to go and talk to farmers groups. It's my next port of call, if you will. But I also plan to go and talk to the city of Cornwall, because I think they have a voice in this.
One local beehive just posted publicly that half of their bee population died over the winter.
Yep.
Do you think there's a direct connection between roadside spraying and the bee populations?
I'm not the expert, right? I am not the expert, but I have to believe that if you listen to the experts, that that's what they're saying.
So why do you think there's such a direct controversy between what you're stating in your presentation today and what they were repudiating it with?
Well, there's a lot of history here. There's a lot of hangover from the previous council, many of which are still on this council, who have adopted this program of vegetation management. They claim that they have an integrated vegetation management program. I heard them say that today. They do not. We would love them to have an integrated vegetation management program. That would be exactly, that is the second recommendation we made to them 2 years ago, the IVM. And that was where the engineer came back and said, but it's already a last resort. You have to be able to justify that statement. You can't just say it.
Is this just about finances? Is this just them saying...
I don't believe so. No, I think it's a lot more to do with entrenchment. We've done this, don't come and tell us that we can't do what it is that we're doing. I believe that they think that they speak for the farmers, and that's why I want to go out and talk to the farmers and find out really whether all farmers groups support this.
All right, thank you very much.